All right, today we have our story for devotions, Emergency on the Beach. And we have Joy here, Emergency on the Beach. Mother, Joy, and Elena were spending the morning at the beach. Father and the boys had gone fishing. Let's make a sandcastle, suggested Elena. I want to make my own sandcastle, said Joy. I'll make it the biggest one in the whole world. I've got an idea, said Elena. Let's race and see who can be the first to build a castle this high. Elena was on her knees and raised her hand about 2 feet above the ground. Okay, answered Joy. Can I play too? Asked a little girl about Joy's age. Sure, answered Elena. What's your name? Trina, she said. My mommy's over there. The girl pointed to a woman under a beach umbrella nearby. Ready, set, go, said Joy, eager to get on with the race. The girls worked quickly. Elena soon had a solid base for her castle. She made it by filling her bucket with wet sand and carefully turning it upside down again and again, packing the sand firmly each time. Joy wasn't worried about neatness. She just wanted to get her castle done fast. She used her bucket as a giant scoop and was making a big mound of sand. Trina didn't have a shovel and had only a thin plastic container that wasn't strong enough to scoop the wet sand. So she was first scooping sand into the container with her hand, then dumping the full containers where she wanted them. Suddenly, Trina let out a scream. She had cut her wrist on a broken bottle she uncovered with her hand as she was digging. It was a deep cut. What should we do? Shouted Trina's mother. She'll bleed to death. Mother took hold of Trina's little arm and squeezed hard on the jagged cut, but the bleeding wouldn't stop. Trina wasn't crying. She was pale and just stared ahead quietly. She was in shock. Get blankets, said Mother. We need to keep her warm. Trina's mother was crying and screaming for help. The crowd gathered, but no one with medical training was in the crowd. Dear God, we need help for this precious child, Mother prayed out loud. And Lord, we need it soon. Just then, a man who had been jogging down the beach with his wife noticed Mother and Trina. Step aside, he said, as he pushed his way through the crowd. I'm a doctor. The doctor took over Mother's job and laid Trina on her back. He sent his wife back to their vacation cabin nearby for medical supplies. He asked her to call an ambulance, too. The doctor had stopped the bleeding by the time the ambulance arrived. Trina's mother climbed into the ambulance beside her daughter. She's going to be all right, said the doctor to Mother. Your quick action saved her life. God saved that little girl's life, said Mother with tears in her eyes. I was just his helper, and so are you. Philippians 4, verse 6. Do not worry about anything, but pray and ask God for everything you need. And when you pray, always give thanks. So now is a time in our world that we're praying for healing for a lot of people. And we have a lot of doctors and nurses and medical professionals who are out there helping to save people. And so to keep them in our prayers daily is really important. And some of you have in your families doctors and nurses. And so I keep those people in my prayers, and I hope that you do too.